It's Robert Garcia here. I'm missing my co-host today. She has a hangover from Palm Springs Comic Con, but we're going to get to a lot of cool news today. We're going to talk about San Diego Comic Con, a bunch of news coming out for it. We're also going to talk about some movie reviews. I saw Won't You Be My Neighbor and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We're also going to talk about some Child's Play news about a Child's Play television series. So there's a whole lot going on. We're going to talk about a whole lot of other things. Amanda will be back next Monday. She does get the night off, so we're going to be back. Stick around. We got a whole lot to talk about, like I said, on the Nerd Report podcast for June 25th, 2018. Let's get started. All right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. 7 p.m. Monday night, 7-ish, Monday evening. Once again, like I said, thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. I do want to get started with thank you, everybody that subscribed and shared the page and told all your friends, told your family, told your mom, told your dad, cousins, nephews. We reached 10,000 subscribers. I think we're now at about 10,200 subscribers. So thank you, everybody, for subscribing, for chatting, for talking with us and hanging out with us. It genuinely means a lot to us. I know it means a lot to Amanda as well. So, and to Lewis, who started the page, who puts a lot of work into this. Lisa as well, Lisa Grayson, who works with us, and our sister website, Nuke the Fridge. Thank you to everybody who got us to 10,000. Like I said, I think we're at 10,200. But Lewis Leica, first of all, he, like I said, puts in a lot of work, put in a lot of effort. When people told him, no, you shouldn't do it, he still did it. And we got 10,000, I think, in about a year. So once again, thank you, everybody, for subscribing and telling all your family and friends about the Nerd Report. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. Like I said, I'm here today hosting Han Solo. Dude, my jokes are going to fall so flat today because I don't have anybody to play off of. But Amanda is off tonight. She's getting a full rest. She has, like I said, some Palm Springs Comic Con or Comic Expo hangover. She will be back next week. She did want me to talk about some stuff, so we're going to cover some things as far as Amanda wanted to talk about. Unfortunately, like I said, she couldn't be here tonight. She said she is going to try to check in, so I'm going to try to get to your comments as much as I can. So I'm totally multitasking here today. First of all, thanks, Robert, for showing up and hanging out. Intergalactic Mojito, thank you for tuning in. Why is a solo? Because Amanda's not here today. So I am rolling solo. So I know, lame joke. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out. And share this. Let everybody know that we're live right now. And I know right now also the red carpet's going on for Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So yeah, there's a lot going on tonight. But so we're gonna get started. Let's talk about a bunch of things. Like I said, San Diego Comic Con, all kinds of news is coming out. Some people are actually getting their badges already. So if you are going to San Diego Comic Con, expect an email just letting you know that your badge has been shipped. And then also, it's going to be advising you that that some people said they got the email one day and then the same day got their badge. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully, I fixed the thing from last week where we kept getting the intro. Let's see. Yeah, I did. So we're all set. No issues. So let's start off with Comic-Con. Hey, Lisa's checking in. So everybody keep sharing. Let everybody know that we're out here and we are on live right now. So we'll get this all situated and squared away. So like I said, we're going to start it off with Comic-Con news. So late last week, we found out that, well, the announcement was made that Glass and Halloween are going to get a full panel in Hall H. What we did find out was that Glass is not going to have any type of pre-screening or exclusive screening connected to their movie. In 2015, they did bring The Visit. It was Blumhouse and M. Night Shyamalan. They brought The Visit to Comic-Con, and then after those in attendance in Hall H were treated to an exclusive screening of The Visit. But they did say that this year they're not going to do that, which may lead some of us to believe maybe that may happen for Halloween. We don't know. We're not quite sure yet. But Halloween is getting a full panel in Hall H, and so yeah. So no word yet, no day is set yet, no time yet. A lot of it is still up in the air. We're probably not going to find out solidified dates and times for the panels. Probably not until about the week of July 5th, maybe 4th of July weekend. That's when we're going to get all the lowdown on the actual panels from San Diego Comic Con itself. But nothing yet. I mean, it's all just speculation right now. But like I said, we do know that Halloween and Glass are coming to Comic Con. Really quick. Hey, Dave, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. Like we were saying, let everybody know. Share it if you can. Intergalactic Mojitos asking, is event hosting Hall H, The Walking Dead, or any DC panels? So because they haven't been officially announced yet on San Diego Comic-Con's website, we don't know who's hosting the panels. Generally, it was AMC who made that decision, and that's why, Chris Hardwick was connected with it, and that's why he would host all the panels, because he does host the Talking Dead and the Walking Dead after show series. But because that's nixed, we don't know who's hosting it yet. I said it last time. I believe her name's I can't remember her last name. I don't recall it offhand. But she's Yvette is usually on the Talking Dead. She's usually on the show, and she's been on a few times. She is like a huge fan of comic books and movies and sci-fi. She's a legitimate fan. I interviewed her at WonderCon for Supermansion. So she's like a legit fan. She knows her stuff. So hopefully she'll be on, and that would be excellent. I'd love to see that if she hosted the Walking Dead panels and Fear the Walking Dead. We do also know Fear the Walking Dead is coming to Hall H as well. So that's been confirmed. Fear the Walking Dead is going to be at San Diego Comic Con as well. We just don't know who's hosting the panels yet. Yvette Nicole Brown, thank you. I feel so bad because I've interviewed her and I don't remember her name. I just remember Yvette Nicole. I couldn't remember her last name. So Dave is here. Robbie Nabarro's here. Hey, Robin, how are you? Sorry, yes, Amanda's not going to be here tonight. She's resting, relaxing. Maybe has a cold one in her hand, but she will be back next week. So I should probably let her do this next week, and then I'll chill. So maybe we can switch. I don't know. We'll see. So let's see what's going on. So like I said, we're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. James Wan has confirmed Aquaman is going to get a trailer at Comic-Con. So in Hall H, Aquaman, that's when we're going to see the first trailer for Aquaman. So I know since we're talking about San Diego Comic-Con, we'll pull up some images from San Diego Comic-Con just to give you an idea of what it's like. Yes, there's a lot of people. Yes, there's everybody hanging out, and that's pretty much what it looks like when you're at San Diego Comic-Con. For those who've never been, but don't be scared by the crowds. That's just a lot of people that generally will hang outside, and it's not like that entirely. Well, yeah, kind of is really a lot of people, tons of people to get from point A to point B. But like I said, let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about we were talking about. We're going to talk about Aquaman for a little bit, and I know that the ladies find him dreamy. I don't see it, guys. I don't know. It's just me. Kind of looks like me with my shirt off. I'm just saying, but I know such nonsense. And that image is actually an exclusive first look image from Entertainment Weekly, and so prepare yourself, guys, because the shot's gonna come back to me. Here we go. I know I look just like Aquaman. Sorry, ladies. But anyway, so we are gonna see the first trailer at San Diego Comic-Con Hall H. We know that for sure. What we do know also is, and we've kind of been leaning towards maybe seeing, is a Shazam trailer as well, or something from Shazam. I know they started principal photography in January of this year, I believe, and it's coming out in April. So it'll be out in April 2019. So this would be the perfect avenue, the perfect event to hold something for Shazam um, for next year. We don't know. Nothing's been confirmed for that yet. Nothing's been said about Shazam, but a lot of people are coming to the conclusion that we could see something for Shazam, along with, of course, Aquaman that has said, yes, we are going to be there. Shazam, we haven't heard anything yet. Also, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, I think it just started production, or either it goes in production, or I think it might have already started. I can't recall. But I don't think we're going to see anything yet for Wonder Woman, of course, because it just started principal photography. We could maybe get some info. We could maybe get a big surprise from Warner Brothers regarding Wonder Woman, but we don't know yet. Now, here's the thing with Warner Brothers and DC. We know DC has been, had a lot of road bumps with their movies. Fans haven't really responded. There were some director issues. Warner Brothers and DC made some changes for Justice League. I really think this is the perfect opportunity because Marvel Cinematic Universe is out. We all know MCU is out just this year. For this year, Marvel Cinematic Universe is taking a breather. They just, released Avengers Infinity War. So they're going to take a breather this year. So I really believe this is the opportunity for Warner Brothers to capitalize on the absence of Marvel and really steal the spotlight for their movies. I've heard nothing but good things about Aquaman from people who've kind of worked with the movie. I'm hearing it's really good, and James Wan has done a spectacular job with it. And people who think that DC is dead or the DC universe is dead, the cinematic universe is dead, I think Aquaman is really, really going to change your thought and your perspective on the DC universe. I'm hearing nothing but great things about Aquaman. And, of course, Wonder Woman was spectacular. I said it. I thought Wonder Woman really saved DC from the series of movies and the little missteps that they had. I thought Wonder Woman was outstanding, and it really saved DCU Cinematic Universe. So we have some solid movies coming out as far as DC. That's what I'm thinking. Shazam, we don't know a lot about it yet, but like I said, they do. It does look like DC has a good chance of getting their point across with coming out with some really, really good movies. Lewis is saying they need to announce a Superman 2. Like a Man of Steel 2. Henry Cavill released some really, really cool. A really cool video. You guys got to look it up. Go to Henry Cavill's Instagram page if you haven't seen it already. And what he did was he posted a video of him during filming of him flying. And I mean, it's visual. It's him on the soundstage, flying, with the rigs and everything. But it's set to the John Williams score, and it's awesome. It's ridiculously cool. So you guys got to check that out. Don't do it now. Wait till we're done. But when you do get a chance, head over there and check it out. So it's Henry Cavill on his Instagram page, Henry Cavill on the set of, I believe it was Justice League or Man of Steel. It's one of those. Or maybe Batman versus Superman. I can't recall. But it's one of those. And the music is set to John Williams' original score of Superman while he's, flying through the air. So it's very, very cool. A lot of people are thinking we could see a Man of Steel 2 announcement. So that's why I'm really thinking that maybe Warner Brothers and DC need to capitalize on this opportunity that Marvel's kind of, taking a breather this year to really capitalize on their movies that, hey, DC's here. We're going to, we want to make some big announcements, big surprises. Let's announce Man of Steel 2. Let's talk about, Shazam, and here's the Aquaman trailer, and here's, Patty Jenkins or Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman. We just flew in from the set, and we're actively filming. So it's a big, big year for DC to take that opportunity to make some big announcements. Superman leads the Justice League, period. Let's see. I'm gonna revert to some of the comments. Again, bear with me, guys, because I'm going to be going from here to here, and then, of course, addressing you guys and keeping the podcast flowing. Dave is saying, if the first Wonder Woman didn't change your mind, Aquaman will. That's my thought. Dave, totally agree with you. I'm sure you've read a lot of the stuff too. Aquaman is really going to bring it home, and I still thought that Wonder Woman was great. I did have a little bit of an issue with the ending. It kind of felt a little over the top with some of the CG, but it didn't destroy the movie for me. Everything throughout the movie was great. Just a little too much CG at the end, but I mean the movie was phenomenal. I loved it. But again, yeah, I'm looking forward to Aquaman. I think that's the movie to think about and keep in mind. But we'll take a quick look at the Shazam. That's the official what the release poster is going to look like. Taking a quick drink. It's hard to talk when there's nobody to bounce off of. So Amanda usually lets me, add something to our conversation so I can take a quick drink. And then here, of course, is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. So, yes, it's definitely a big year for DC to make a stand and talk about some of their movies and some of the stuff that's going to be coming up for them. So look for DC to make a big splash at San Diego Comic-Con this year. So Robin Ibarra, girl crush on Kristen Wiig for many. I really like Kristen Wiig. She's extremely funny. I was a little put off by her casting initially for the new Wonder Woman, but I mean I'm pretty convinced that she's gonna pull it off now because I mean I'm so used to seeing her comedic stuff. She's extremely funny, extremely witty. Fell in love with her in Bridesmaids. Completely fell in love with her. But I think she has the acting chops to pull it off. Totally pull it off. So I'm looking forward to it. Hey, what's up? YouTube is here. Thanks for joining us. What's up? YouTube's asking for Amanda. Yeah, she's off tonight. She'll be back next Monday. She's taking a breather because she was at a Comic-Con all weekend. So yeah, I'm holding down the fort today. We're gonna be okay. I may steer the boat into the sand, but we're gonna be all right. Just everybody keep your seatbelt on. She's got and Robin Ibarra saying she's got range beyond comedy. Totally. There was a drama. I can't remember what movie she's in, and I saw some of it, and I couldn't finish it. I can't remember what it's called, but she had a dramatic role in it, and she was really good. And it's gonna escape me right now, and I can't remember. I should have referenced it or looked it up. But yeah, she definitely has range, so I'm not concerned about it at all. I think it's gonna be really good. Whatever she brings to the table for the new Wonder Woman movie, Wonder Woman 84 or 1984. There's also some more horror stuff going on that we can't quite say yet. I know that's gonna be coming to San Diego Comic-Con, so stay tuned for that, and we'll let you know what's going on with that as well. So. Jolly JQ, thanks for hanging out. How are you? Intergalactic Mojito saying Kristen Wiig in the movie, all good things, small part, but she can pull it off. She can pull off Cheetah. That might be the movie. I think that might be the movie that I'm referring to. It's a dramatic role. It's not a comedic role, but it's a dramatic role. So let's see. So we'll talk about some more panels. So it was announced for let's see. What else are we going to have? Oh gosh, television news. We know Marvel Television is going to be there, but for Friday, July 20th, looks like we have for panels. Bob's Burger panel and discussion is going to be in the Indigo Ballroom. The Archer panel and discussion is going to be on Friday as well. That's going to be 4:15 to 5:10 for Bob's Burger, and Archer panel discussion from 5:15 to 6:15 Indigo Ballroom. And then Black Lightning special video presentation and a Q&A will be in Ballroom 20. That's going to be on Saturday the 21st. Krypton from Sci-Fi, Warner Brothers Television. Krypton was really good. I wasn't expecting Krypton to have the production value that it had. It's really good. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out Krypton on Sci-Fi. It takes place about 200 years before Superman, the events of Superman, before Superman's born. It has the Zods and the House of L. It's really, really good. So check out Krypton even before you head to San Diego Comic-Con if you're going and if you haven't seen Krypton. It's on Sci-Fi, and that's going to be a special video presentation along with a Q&A, and that's from 12 to 12:50, and that's going to be on Saturday. American Dad and Family Guy panels, that's going to be Ballroom 20, and that's on, again, Saturday as well. That looks like it's going to be about 1 o'clock to 2:15. The Gifted, Marvel Television, Ballroom 20, 2:30 to 3:15, and that's on Saturday as well. Orville panel, from 4 to 4:50, Indigo Ballroom, and the Arrow from DC, special video presentation, Q&A, and that's going to be in Ballroom 20 as well. Same day on Saturday the 21st, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and at 5:45, The Flash in Ballroom 20. That's going to be with the video presentation and a Q&A. So that's all going on Saturday. Sunday, it looks like we have Supernatural, 10:30 to 11:30, and that's in Hall H. Riverdale is going to be in Hall H, 11:45 to 12:45. And here's the show that's I never watched the show it's based off of. I don't know if any of you watched it. It's called the Mayans Motorcycle Club, or Mayans MC, and it's a it's an offshoot of Sons of Anarchy. That show, gosh, I think that show ended maybe about 4 years ago. Yeah, I think it's about 4 years ago. And the Mayans Motorcycle Club is derived from from Sons of Anarchy. That's going to be a new show, so look out for that one. They're going to have a panel at Hall H, so check that out when that's available. Let's see. So we're going to head to the comments really quick. Krypton was incredible. Yes, Intergalactic Mojito saying Krypton was incredible. And I actually got to interview last year. I got to interview the producer, writer, and the star of Krypton. Very, very nice guys. So I legitimately didn't think it was going to be as big of a hit that it ended up being. Like I said, I was a little worried about the production value and some of the effects. But, I mean, they pulled out the stops on this show. Please watch Krypton. It's so good. So Intergalactic Mojito is saying The Gifted. Yes, The Gifted will be back. Again, I got to speak with some of the cast from The Gifted, so that was from last year's Comic-Con. Is Nerd Report covering any of the Marvel panels? That's a question from Intergalactic Mojito. We don't know yet. Marvel, we can't talk about it yet. There's some press stuff that's come out, and we can't quite say what we're covering yet, but stuff is in the works. I can't say anything yet because Lewis will kill me. And he'll take the microphone and he won't let me say stuff live anymore. So I can't quite say yet what we're covering, but there is some stuff in the works. We've already been some of the studios have already reached out to Nuke the Fridge Nerd Report. So yeah, as soon as we can tell you, we'll absolutely let you know. We're not going to keep it a secret because we'll be extremely excited. So we can't quite say yet, but stuff is going on right now. Robbie DeBarra saying it's a spinoff of Sons of Anarchy. Spinoff. That's what I was thinking of in reference to the Mayans Motorcycle Club. So Robert saying DC is taking over Comic-Con. Absolutely. This year, they are taking over Comic-Con. Like I said, because Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of taking a break for this year because they had so much going on. Right now is a good time for them to take a break. So, Ray Colazzo, how are you, Rob? Hey, Ray. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, hey, everybody, well, I got your attention. If you can just hit the like button. I know you guys are all subscribers. Again, thank you. But just hit the like button and share this video so we can get some more people chatting about Comic-Con stuff. Any word on Intergalactic Mojito asking, any word on if J.J. Abrams is bringing Overlord to San Diego Comic-Con? I haven't seen anything yet. That's a thought that a lot of people are thinking he may bring it, but I haven't read anything solidifying that thought yet. Nothing yet. It's things are in the works. Most of the press stuff actually doesn't get sent out till like maybe a couple weeks before Comic-Con. So we're anticipating we'll start getting everything finalized probably by mid-July, and then it's a total, last minute, hey, can I fit this in? Can I fit that in? And that's when, our schedules usually get, all packed, and hopefully we don't, book something at the same time for interviews and stuff. So, yeah. So hopefully, we can get everything finalized for that. What I did want to bring up also is, along with Comic-Con and all the cool panels and all the stuff, is some of the exclusive giveaways. And to me, I mean, you guys know that I'm a huge Muppets fan, Jim Henson fan. So what I did want to show you guys is UCC Distributors, which does exclusives for San Diego Comic-Con, is bringing something pretty cool to pull it up. Bringing something pretty cool for those in attendance. It's limited to 2,000 pieces, but I'll show you the what I'm talking about. And like I said, I'm a huge Muppets fan, huge Jim Henson fan. But so what it is it's the I know it's so silly. It's the Muppets Dark Kermit from Muppets Most Wanted. And if you remember, it's Constantine, and he has the little mole just on the right side of his mouth there. I know it's a 12-inch plushie. It's not an actual puppet, but it looks cool. I want it. I don't know why I want it. And the official press release says, this doppelganger of Kermit the Frog may look like our adorable friend, but don't be fooled. He really is the world's most notorious criminal. He's featured in an all-black robe that may remind you of our friends from a galaxy far, far away. Fans have been waiting for a Dark Kermit Constantine collectible, and we're excited that the wait is finally over. He is limited to 2,000 pieces, and he is only $24.99. So I got to get my hands on that thing. There's two things that I always have a hard time getting, and there's certain exclusives that I always want. The exclusives that always elude me every year, and I don't know why. When people think this certain property or character is dead. Whenever I go to Comic-Con, it absolutely is not. They're always sold out of the exclusive merch, and that's the Peanuts. The Peanuts and Charles M. Schultz and, the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, all the characters. They have a booth there every year. And I always go because I always try to get there because I want, like, exclusive T-shirts. I always wear certain T-shirts or collectible. And the line is always huge. And what they do is, I don't know if I know some of you have been to Comic-Con, some of you haven't. Really quick, Intergalactic Mojito saying, I wonder if the mole is removable. That's what I'm thinking too, if it's like Velcro and if it'll pop off. In regards to the Kermit thing, I'm backtracking. But, yeah, I don't know. Inigo Montoya, can we get a moment of silence for Leon White, a.k.a. Vader? Oh, that's right. From All Japan Pro Wrestling and WCW, the WWF, now referred to as the WWE. And can we get and Inigo Montoya also saying, and can we get a moment of silence for Vinnie Paul, who is now jamming with Dimebag Darrell, his brother, giving Saint a great performance. Yeah, let me backtrack really quick. So we know that Vader passed away, unfortunately, and actually Vinnie Paul, I've said it before. I grew up playing drums. I was a drummer as a kid. I guess I'm still a drummer now, but Vinnie Paul was big when I was a teenager. He was huge, drummer for Pantera. His brother was Dimebag Darrell, who famously was shot on stage years ago from some deranged guy with a gun. And Vinnie Paul was legitimately, I was a legit fan of Pantera, and I didn't listen to a lot of hard music, but I did listen to Pantera because I loved Vinnie Paul. I actually met him a couple times at some drum fests, but he was a super, super nice guy. Loved watching him play. I sat in on a clinic that he did one time for rock drumming. Very, very nice guy. Such a sweet guy. And you wouldn't, sometimes somebody has a stage persona or a stage presence, and then you meet them. And this was one of those things where when I met him, He was extremely nice, very talkative, didn't brush you off. He legitimately wanted to know, what how he could help you become a better drummer, or how he could help you become a better player, musician. Such a nice guy, and it's sad to hear that he passed away. But yeah, I'll always remember when I was 20 years old and I met him at a drum show, and I actually bought a drum off of the drummer for REO Speedwagon, and Vinnie Paul was there, and I got to chat with him. He didn't rush me. He said, "Let's go grab a soda." We went and grabbed a soda and hung out, and I got to chat with him for about 15 minutes. Nobody, he didn't brush me off, didn't say, "Hey, kid, I gotta go." Such a nice guy, and it was sad to hear that he passed away. So, okay. So we'll move on. But like I was saying, yeah, for those who are going to Comic-Con, or for those who if you've never been, but yeah, the lines are enormous. Like I said, I've tried to get Peanut stuff all the time, and I don't understand how they say, well, that market is dead, or those. I don't think so, because Comic-Con, that stuff sells out every year. So we'll move on. So that's what's going on with San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know who's going, but by now you should have your hotel. You should have your parking situation ready. There's a lot going on. Nothing's been officially announced yet per Comic-Con. But again, we do know that those certain movies are going to be there. They just haven't come up on the Comic-Con website, and we don't. And again, those times and dates that I mentioned about the panels for Riverdale, the Mayans, MC, and the Flash, all that stuff is subject to change. So as soon as we find out and everything's solidified, we're gonna let you guys know. And like I said, we will be out there. We just can't quite go into specifics yet, but we will be out there for San Diego Comic-Con. So we're ready. We're carbon up and getting our running shoes and getting all set for it. So we're going to move on. Over the weekend, I actually got a chance to see two different movies over the weekend. I saw Won't You Be My Neighbor, the documentary about Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, his life working in television, working with children. It goes into his life after, and it dispels a lot of rumors and a lot of funny things that were said about Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, as far as him being some type of weird sniper, or having 50,000 or 500 kills, and he was the reason why he wore sweaters all the time was because he was all sleeved out with tattoos. None of that is true. Hey, Caprice Conley joined us. Caprice Conley is saying, she's going to Comic-Con. I practiced standing in line today at Pixar Pier. Oh, good luck with that. I'm staying away from that for a little while. So I'll talk briefly about Fred Rogers, the Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor movie. Absolutely loved it. It's not a fluff piece. It's not made to make him look like some type of deity in any way. He's human. There were some things that, and some beliefs that he had that not everyone may not have believed or had the same opinion. But what the movie and the documentary really conveyed was that the guy was just someone who genuinely cared about kids. He cared about the things that they saw, the things that they read, the things that they learned, the behaviors that they learned. If you see it, you're going to cry. I teared up. I don't know. Gosh, I think 3 different times in the movie I teared up. It's very, very good. It's playing in limited theaters. It's not everywhere. It's I think its runtime is about 2 hours, but it's very good. You get interviews from his wife, from his 2 sons. They speak to a lot of the production staff who absolutely loved Fred Rogers, and the production staff was not as kind or warm-hearted as Fred Rogers was. They were mischievous and funny, and this was, of course, during the 60s. So, and the 70s. So, they had their rebellious, staff when it came to, to production workers. But they all absolutely loved him. They genuinely loved the guy. And it's one of those documentaries where you come out thinking, how could you personally be a better person? And that's what I really loved about that show or in that documentary, that movie, is that you kind of go through a little bit of a self-evaluation, like, especially in the climate that we're in right now. um, we all have our form of escapism, and whether it's movies or comic books or television, and it really isn't different than the things that they were experiencing in that time, say the 70s or the 60s, and the just some of the division that the country's experiencing. And his television show and what he wanted to impart in children was just love, acceptance, friendship, listening, communication. Most importantly, listening to kids. It's so good. Please watch it if you can. Take the time. It may not be in your local theater, but take the time to drive maybe the extra 10, 12 miles to go check it out. It's very, very good. You'll absolutely love the movie. So check it out. Won't You Be My Neighbor? The documentary about Fred Rogers. You're gonna take some tissue or take extra napkins from concessions, because you are absolutely gonna tear up. Okay, so we're gonna go from that. We're gonna talk about Jurassic World. So, Jurassic World. Okay, Jurassic. Let me get a sip really quick. Okay, I have my issues with Jurassic World. Um, it's fun. It's what I would call, in my opinion, it's one of your typical popcorn movies. They were just a little, and it's funny because Intergalactic Mojito and I had a conversation about Jurassic World earlier. So I am a little disappointed with some of the plot holes in the movie. The CG, I'll tell you what I did like about it. What I absolutely loved about it: practical effects, phenomenal. The practical effects, once again, were outstanding. I think it was Studio ADI that did the practical effects. Studio ADI is a practical effects company, effects house, and they're derived from the Stan Winston School. So a lot of those people who from Studio ADI worked with Stan Winston. Of course, Stan Winston is like the godfather of practical effects when it comes to monsters and animatronics and all those other things that we loved growing up. Studio ADI is a lot of those people who worked with Stan Winston, and they actually draw a lot of their workers or their artists from the Stan Winston School of special effects. So a lot of those people who are closely associated with Stan Winston, or went to a school of special effects, work for Studio ADI, and we of course know that Stan Winston did the original practical effects for Jurassic Park. He became really, really well known because he did the T-Rex. So, okay, here's my issue with Jurassic World. The pacing was a little faster than the first one. We jumped right into the action. They didn't really hesitate any time. There were just some shots from the director that I didn't. I mean, I don't know if they were a tip of the hat or an homage to Jurassic Park, but when it's kind of shot for shot, it and it's done a couple times, or if you're referring to too many movies, it almost seems like it's kind of not a ripoff, but it borrows from it too much, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought about Jurassic Park, or I'm sorry, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. When I don't want to describe the scenes yet, I want you guys to check it out. Tell us your thoughts. It leaves the movie open-ended for a third movie. So we do know we are going to get a Jurassic World 3. That's going to be coming June 11th, 2021. And I mean, it made a ridiculous amount of money. It made $150 million Friday through Sunday, the debut weekend. It earned 715 million worldwide. So Jurassic World made 715 million dollars. 204 million was made in China, but worldwide, it's already Fallen Kingdom has already earned 715 million dollars. That's a ridiculous amount of money. And every screening that I went to, or every screening that I looked up over the weekend, they were all. I mean, I couldn't get seats together for reserve seating, so it was a big opening weekend for Jurassic World. But again, my issues with the movie was it just fluff to take us into the third movie where we're going to see the ultimate climax? Because in the final scenes of Fallen Kingdom, it is going to lead us to believe, yes, there is a 3. So um I wasn't really happy with it. I thought it could have been better. Like I said, practical effects were awesome. They were really, really good. I was again impressed by them, loved them. Some of the CG stuff was, a little too, I guess, animated. And why? My question is, we're getting to this thing of now velociraptors are the protagonists. Are they good, or is it just the one velociraptor that's good? I don't know. That was just my thought, because it doesn't seem like we're all afraid of these dinosaurs. It seems like that what Universal's doing is there's telling us, well, now there's this bigger hybrid version of these bigger man-eating dinosaurs and or carnivorous dinosaurs, and that's what you have to be afraid of now. It's no longer just afraid of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Velociraptor. So that was just my thought. It's now we're afraid of these hybrid dinosaurs, and again, that's kind of the bad dinosaur in the movie. But we saw that in the first one. That was in the first one as well. So, or I'm sorry, not in the first one, but the first Jurassic World, where, yeah, that was already, kind of done. So, yeah, wasn't that enthusiastic about it. Intergalactic Mojito saying it was as if they pieced together parts of other Jurassic Park movies and then filled in the blanks with guesses. I could see that. I could totally see that. Intergalactic Mojito's also saying I didn't like them taming the raptors in the first Jurassic World, so I'm not on board with friendly carnivores. That's my thought. That's exactly my thought. All of a sudden, yeah, they're like friendly carnivores, or I don't know. I'm just not really on board with it. Am I going to see the third one? I want to know what happens now, because I want to see how are they going to attack, the areas that they've now, run into, and, cities and towns and homes. But, yeah, I don't know. Roberts says, I know what scene you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused with where they're going to go with it. So I don't know. I mean, I know we're going to see them in the cities, but I'm not quite sure if I want to see the rest of it. Let me pull up some more. So, yeah, we'll see. But I can tell you, without a doubt, go see Won't You Be My Neighbor. You'll really like that movie. You'll like that movie a lot. So, okay. So we'll move on from that. Let me pull up the thing really quick. And we're back up. All right. So I'll go to your comments. Caprice Conley is saying, I'm triggered by that Ewok. Oh, you're talking about the Ewok. Yeah, I moved him over a little bit. It was either that or Darth Vader, and I left Darth Vader in the corner. Robert is saying, or Intergalactic Mojito is saying, I'm going to finish the series because I have to, OCD. I'm going to finish it as well. I have to see it. It's almost like I don't want to, but then I'm going to feel like I didn't finish it. So, yeah, I have to see it. Inigo Montoya is saying I didn't really care for Incredibles 2 and BOA. I don't know what BOA is, but I loved Incredibles 2. That's kind of leading my summer list so far. I really liked Incredibles 2. Oh, I'm sorry, Bao. Oh, okay, Incredibles 2 and Bao. I liked Bao. I really liked it. I thought it was really really good, very inventive, and the way I saw Bao was it really transcends um, cultures because I mean, it reminded me, yeah, the mom makes the little uh, oh gosh, I keep thinking sushi roll because my daughter calls it sushi roll for some reason when I keep telling her it's not a sushi roll, it's a dumpling, but it just reminded me of like my grandmother making homemade tortillas on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings for the family for breakfast. So yeah, that for me that's why kind of you know um, goes beyond just it being an Asian family or Hispanic family, but yeah, it really just it hit home for me. That's why I really liked it so much. So yeah, Bow the Short, I liked it. I genuinely liked it. Robert is saying, I wish Jeff Goldblum was in the movie longer. I would have liked to have seen more of Jeff Goldblum in the movie. Yeah, and like I said before, I told Intergalactic Mojito this earlier. The people who edited that Jeep commercial with Jeff Goldblum should have edited the movie. That's what I think. Um, I totally wish that whoever edited that Jeep commercial, man, they should have did the whole movie. They should have did Jurassic World because I I thought that the Jeep commercial was a lot more entertaining than the movie. But yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Caprice Conley saying Bao is savage. Yeah. Well, I think we've all seen it, right? I think we've all seen it. Yeah, when she eats it. She eats the little dumpling. Yeah, so anyway, Inigo Montoya saying the raccoon was funny in Incredibles, but that was it. Yeah, that was a really good scene. That was a big scene that they had to. It was a lot of visual effects. I remember them talking about it. It was a big scene for them to do. So, okay, we'll move on. So, those are my thoughts on uh, Jurassic World. I'm not going to say any more about it. So, Amanda wanted me to tell you guys, heads up, everybody, Child's Play is getting a television series. It was posted by Don Mancini, who, of course, created Child's Play and the Chucky character, along with his producer David Kirshner. But Child's Play is going to be coming to television. It is going to be a series. We don't have a lot of information on it yet. But what we do know is Chucky, of course, will be voiced by Brad Dourif. And the film's story arc is going to continue with the television show. So if you guys can recall, years ago, this was, oh gosh, I want to say in the late 80s, I believe it was. There was a television show with Freddy. I think it was called Freddy's Nightmares, based on A Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger. So what the show was basically it was a series of vignettes, or kind of like a creep show kind of thing, where it's different stories that they would do that was part of the episode. Every once in a while, they would do like a Freddy Krueger, storyline. But for the most part, it was a series of stories, different stories not related to the actual movie. What they're doing here with the Child's Play is they are going to be doing a full. They are going to be doing. Actually, it's going to continue with the story arc of Chucky and where the movies have been. So with the television show, it's going to continue. We don't know who's producing it. We don't, well, as far as what studio or what station or where it'll be, but we do know that it is in the works. It is coming, and it's going to be produced by, of course, Don Mancini and David Kirshner, and of course, Chucky will be voiced by Brad Dourif. So look for that. That's going to be coming soon. Maybe we might get some information at San Diego Comic-Con. Who knows? Let's see. We'll go to the comments really quick. Dave is saying, after seeing Hotel Artemis, I believe Jeff Goldblum would have kicked ass in the Fallen Kingdom, especially at the mansion. Hey, Dave, I was kind of expecting Jeff Goldblum to show up. I don't know if anybody else thought that when we were watching the movie, but I was kind of expecting him to show up in some way, in some capacity. But I was disappointed. It was just the courtroom scene. Like I said, whoever did the Jeep commercial should have did the movie, edited that movie. Jurassic World wasn't perfect. Robert is saying Jurassic World, it wasn't perfect. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. My kids liked it. They didn't say, they didn't really have any negative feelings about it. They dug it. So, did well. Did well with kids. And Intergalactic Mojito is asking which network or streaming service will have Child's Play. We don't know yet. It's limited. I think the announcement was just made a couple days ago. So we don't have a whole lot of information quite yet. Like I said, maybe we might get something at San Diego Comic-Con. Who knows? Or maybe when we have another convention coming up, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit with Midsummer Scream. So we could see maybe something could be released there. We don't know yet. Robert's saying like Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt, yeah, could be something similar to that. Robbie Nabarra is saying any movie can always use more Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's like a cool dude. Like he's the kind of guy you like want to hang out and have a beer with and just talk about life. I would. Let's see. Intergalactic Mojito, is there a Halloween movie convention that I mentioned Menden on her Facebook page? And do you have any info? I absolutely do have that info. I was looking it up earlier. So, we're going to talk about that really quick. And I didn't include it in my notes because I have some other stuff we're going to talk about really fast. But, yeah, we are going to talk about that. So there is a Halloween convention coming up very soon. I think it's coming up in, I want to say it might be early October. Give me 1 second. It's coming to Pasadena Convention Center. And it's, hang on 1 second. I got to pull it up. So I'm going to pull it up for you guys so that way we have the actual information, because it was just announced. Oh goodness. And I wanted to talk about it. So give me 1 sec, guys. There it goes. So it's the Halloween 40th anniversary convention that's coming to the Pasadena Convention Center. And here we go. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm pulling it up right now. So, yeah. So, we are going to see a Halloween convention coming to Pasadena. Oh, gosh. There it is. Sorry. You guys threw me off with that one. That's why it's hard when you don't have a co-host. And, okay, here we go. So, yeah, this is going to be in celebration of the new movie coming out. And, again, we're seeing the official panel. And I'm hearing some pretty good things about the panel that's coming up, too. So, the official panel will be coming, like I said, San Diego Comic-Con. And they are going to be doing a, oh, gosh. This is not coming up. Of course, when you want technology to work. Everything was running so cool. So, we're going to have to come back to it. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Omar Baez is saying Jurassic World sucked. I don't think it actually sucked. It just could have worked it could have been a little bit better. Robert's saying that the convention is going October 12th through the 14th. And again, that's going to be at the, there's not a lot of information on it yet because it was literally just announced. But it is going to be at the Pasadena Convention Center. And like I said, we don't have a lot of information quite yet. October 12th through the 14th. But it's going to be in celebration. 40 Years of Terror. Halloween came out in 1978. We're now in 2018. So we're gonna have that convention that's gonna coincide with the movie. So yeah, we do have that to look forward to. So yeah, like I said, not a lot of information quite yet. So you're gonna have to bear with us, because as soon as we find out, we'll let you guys know, because I saw it and was completely interested in it. And like I said, not a lot of information quite yet. So hang on one sec. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, not a lot of information yet. And if you click on the website, not a whole lot of info. It's just as it's coming October 10th, or I'm sorry, October 12th through the 14th, Pasadena Convention Center. Stay tuned for more details in celebration of 40 years of Halloween. So again, it looks like they're pulling out all the stops for the Halloween movie. They're really looking forward, or really looking to put as much as they can into the movie. So I'm looking forward to it. They got a lot going on for it. So now we'll move on. And Amanda wanted to talk about the show Comic Book Men. I know a lot of you guys watched it. I watched it for a while. But it was canceled. Comic Book Men is canceled on AMC. So I'll show you a quick picture of it. So Comic Book Men is canceled. It's not they had 96 episodes in. They didn't get to 100. Unfortunately, and I did listen to some of the podcast. So Kevin Smith was saying, he really thought, hey man, they're gonna they'll renew the show. I just had my heart attack, so he was talking about, he thought they were at least gonna get to 100 episodes. So unfortunately, the show was canceled at 96 96 episodes. But they talked about the guests that they've had on, all the stuff that they got to do with the show. So unfortunately, AMC has canceled Comic Book Men. But I will say they've canceled Comic Book Men, but they still have The Walking Dead on, or I'm sorry, Fear the Walking Dead on. Is anybody even actually watching that? I don't know. Does anybody watch The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead? Now that we know, Rick's gonna be leaving Walking Dead. Is anybody gonna be watching all that stuff? I don't know. I don't know what AMC has up their sleeve. Let's see. We'll talk. We'll go to some of the comments. Robin Ybarra is talking about anybody in SoCal even remotely interested in LA Comic Con. I haven't heard of any names of all the folks coming. Intergalactic Mojito saying that what a bummer that Comic Book Man was canceled. Robin Ybarra is also saying I'm iffy about it now. And let's see. Iffy about it. And she's gone every year for the last 6 years. Yeah, I was go ahead and plug it in, right? Plug in the white part, and then let me have the other one. Sorry, guys. Yeah, LA Comic Con. So it was originally Stan Lee's Kamikaze. You can just have me. Just don't hit the camera. There you go. Sorry, I was about to lose you guys because my power is gonna go out, and we're good. And of course, with all the stuff that's going on with Stan Lee, he's no longer lending his name and his company to LA Comic Con. So here's what I'll say about LA Comic Con, or Stan Lee's Kamikaze, or Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic Con. The thing is, with some of the conventions, we got to kind of you got to kind of understand what kind of convention is it. What makes San Diego Comic-Con, and what I've always thought about it, is the studios that back it, especially or even WonderCon. WonderCon generally will have a lot of television stuff. San Diego Comic-Con will generally have a lot of movie stuff. What really hurt LA Comic-Con was the lack of backing by studios. What they did last year was they partnered with Entertainment Weekly, who was supposed to help bring some panels and some celebrities for some big panels and make some big announcements. I know The Rock was there, and he talked about Jumanji at last year's Stan Lee's LA Comic Con. But what makes the event successful is when you have studios that back an event like that, and LA Comic Con just doesn't have it. it becomes generally like an autograph show. You'll have a lot of people, a lot of artists there. You'll have celebrities from your favorite television show, voice actors, all that stuff, and it's cool and it's fun. But in order to keep the convention going, I think you really need, you know, something like that, major backing from some of the bigger studios, and it could be comic book studios, movie studios, television studios, and it just didn't have it. So I don't know, how or what they're going to do with it this year. I don't know what their plan is, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. But yeah, I used to go to. I was going. I think I went in 2012 when it was Stan Lee's Kamikaze. That was the first time I went when it was in 2012. I didn't even know about it. I just happened to be driving by and saw that it was going on. That was on a Saturday, and then I ended up going on the next day on a Sunday. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with the LA Comic Con. Don't know a whole lot, but yeah, maybe they'll reassess and figure out what they're gonna do with it from here. And one more thing. So I wanted to also talk about this. Walt Disney, Master of Dreamers. It's a documentary that's going to be coming out, and what it is, it's a documentary featuring Bob Gurr, Floyd Norman, Jeff Barnes, all the some of the original. I guess you would call them. They weren't called Imagineers at the time. They were called WED, and they were from Walt Disney Enterprises, and they were basically what you would call Imagineers now, but then they were called WED. And so they were the ones that basically created the rides, created like the Haunted Mansion and some of the bigger rides at Disneyland, and helped design Disneyland, and they were very, very instrumental in the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. So what's going to be happening is this is going to be happening Saturday, October 13th, 2018, from 5 to 10 p.m. And it's called An Evening with Disney Legends, and it'll include a 2-hour panel with Bob Gurr, Floyd Norman, Jeff Barnes, Sam Ginaway. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's a cash bar and a silent auction with some very special signed art and Disney memorabilia. Sales from the signed books and merchandise from our panelists are going to go towards the marketing for the new documentary called Walt Disney Master of Dreamers. So what it is, it's basically you get to go and sit in a panel and listen to some of the Disney legends talk about designing and the concepts for Disneyland in its early years, and ultimately Walt Disney World, and it's pretty cool. It is a little pricey. I'm going to pull up some of the stuff and some of the benefits of it. So general admission is $75. If you want to sit at Bob Gurr's table, who is a legend in the Walt Disney Company or in theme parks, it's $350. Same if you want to sit at Floyd Norman's table, it's going to be $350. Jeff Barnes' table is $200. Sam Ginaway is $200, and VIP preferred seating is $150. So this is not cheap by any means. And it's called Walt Disney Master of Dreamers, An Evening with Disney Legends, Bob Gurr and Floyd Norman. If you want to go to that, if you are a hardcore Disney fan and love the theme parks as much as all of us do, it's really, really cool event. Like I said, you get to partake in the auction, and you get some stuff signed by these Disney legends. It is a little pricey. It is very pricey. But yeah, that's going to be going on Saturday, October 13th, 2018, and that goes from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. So, Intergalactic Mojito's asking, is this a documentary, a D23 screening, or open to the general public? They haven't announced when it's going to be screening yet, because I was looking into that as well. So we don't know when the screening is quite yet for it. Intergalactic Mojito is saying the real titans of Disney, absolutely, when it comes to Disney theme parks. And if you aren't a member of D23, if you are like a big Disney fan, I would really suggest doing it. You get to do a lot of exclusive stuff, go on tour at the Disney studios, and get to do a lot of cool stuff and see a lot of the behind the scenes events, and they do mixers and stuff. It's really, really cool. It's I think about $75 a year. You get a card and you get a whole package, and you get a monthly magazine with exclusives and a lot of cool stuff in there. So if you can, and if you have the extra finances, uh, sign up to be a D23 member. It's really cool. I gotta renew my membership because I'm a legitimate Disney fan. So, really quick, I think we've covered everything we wanted to talk about. So we're gonna I'll open it up to you guys. We've already got about an hour in, so let's talk about anything that you guys want to mention. I know you guys have some stuff going on already in the chat. So give me 1 second. We're all set. So anything that you guys want to mention, anything that you guys want to talk about, I'm open to discussing. Quick version of Ask Me Anything. I won't tell you everything, but Lewis likes to do that. The Ask Me Anything. We'll do a little quick version of Ask Me Anything. Anything you guys want to talk about. So really quick, Intergalactic Mojito's talking about. I highly suggest becoming a D23 member before the D23 Expo if you can. Yes, absolutely do that. Robin Barr saying that she saw the first episode of Cloak and Dagger. It was good. They're expected to have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con as well. I know they had a big panel at WonderCon, and I wanted to be part of the press stuff for that one, but due to scheduling stuff, I couldn't do it. So I was a little disappointed that I missed out on the Cloak and Dagger interviews and press stuff because of, again, scheduling conflicts. So Intergalactic Mojito saying there's a Paul Walker documentary coming out this summer. I Am Paul Walker, same director who directed I Am Heath Ledger. Oh, I didn't know about that one. Nice, very cool. David saying Keenan and Kel will reunite in a brand new episode of Double Dare. Because Double Dare is back now, Dave. I was always under the impression that those guys didn't get along anymore. That's what I had heard like for years. Cal used to say that Keenan doesn't return his phone calls. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if it's a rumor. But that's what I had heard, that they didn't get along. But yeah, hopefully they're cool, and that would be really cool to see them reunite. I never watched the show. I think I was already a little too old to watch it, but I remember it. Robert saying AMC and Alamo Drafthouse are launching their subscription service. There is something that Amanda wanted me to mention, and I want to mention it before we call it a night here. Let's see. Let me go back to it. Here's what Amanda wanted me to talk about really quick. For $19.95 a month, the members will get a free get 3 movies a week, and this is for AMC to be part of the AMC club, similar to Movie Pass. You get approximately 12 titles a month, along with all the benefits of the theater chain's rewards program, the AMC Stubs Premiere. The program kicks off on The program kicks off on Tuesday, June 26th, and members can reap the benefits immediately. So AMC's has their own program that's kind of bumping heads with the Movie Pass. So in order for them to, I guess, keep up and stay relevant, and as far as these clubs and the memberships, so they have their own rewards and special what is it, like, I guess, like movie club, so you can check out the different movies, and they do limit you to 3 movies a week, but I don't think I even go see 3 movies a week. Intergalactic Mojito saying MTV rebooting Daria. I'm not excited about this, but it's in the works. I think my sister used to watch Daria. I never watched Daria. I know it was she had like a dry sense of humor. The writing was really good, but I never watched it. I think my sisters used to watch it. Dave was responding saying, I'm sorry, we already got that. Dave was saying I haven't heard that. That's sad. Yeah, that's what I had always heard, that they didn't get along. That's what I had heard before. So I don't know how true it is. I don't know if that's even a legit rumor. But yeah, I had always heard that they didn't get along. Let's see. Inigo Montoya, Robert Garcia should have had Lewis on to talk about Toys R Us. I went to Toys R Us on gosh, it was yesterday. Yeah, I went to Toys R Us yesterday, and I don't know if everybody saw the. I took a photo, and it was let's see if I can pull it up. But I was at Toys R Us yesterday, and everything's just about gone. There's not a lot of stuff left. There's not a lot of things that one can you know um, uh, not a lot of variety. They're even I what I didn't know was they're selling like shelves, and they're selling fixtures, and they're selling boxes, and they're selling a lot of stuff. So yeah, I was really surprised to see that. I didn't know they were going to be selling so much stuff like that. But Toys R Us is just about gone, and the Toys R Us that Lewis was at had a lot more than the one I was at. I went to the one in Cerritos, and yeah, I didn't see a whole lot there, and it's not letting me set the photo. But yeah, it was too bad that they didn't have a whole lot there left. But yeah, it looked like they still had a lot of stuff at the one that Lewis visited. Davis saying, did anyone hear that Kevin Smith was talking to Disney about doing a project together? I haven't heard about Kevin Smith talking to Disney. I haven't heard about anything about that. I don't know if anybody else has the info on that. But if anybody else does, let us know. Intergalactic Mojito, Lucasfilm is not suspending production on films. Yeah, we heard that come out. I think that was about it. It might have been the same day or a day after. I think it was the day after. They're saying that they're not halting production. Here's the so here's what we do know. Here's what I did read, and I've read this from a few different sources. So at Pinewood Studios, where Lucasfilm generally films their Star Wars movies, Pinewood Studios in England, they had sets going, and they were building. They're saying that they were building something, or they had sets, or they were in production for some type of Mos Eisley spaceport movie. And I guess after the return on Solo, and some of the disappointment that they had with it, they decided to halt production on that. We don't know if that was actually a Mos Eisley spaceport movie. Was it a Kenobi movie? Was it a Boba Fett movie? We don't know. All we do know is from ABC News saying that Disney has not halted production on any Lucasfilm movies or standalone movies. That's all they've told us. So who knows? We actually don't know, what's going on. But what they did say was, that they have confirmed that they're not halting production. So everything is good from what we hear. So we should get the standalone movies. And again, they're probably going to make a lot of big announcements at Star Wars Celebration Chicago. I'm so used to saying Orlando, but it's big announcements are going to be coming at Star Wars Celebration Chicago. It's kind of quiet now, but guaranteed towards the end of the year, by about January, February, it's going to be huge. A lot of news is going to start coming out about panels and what to expect from Star Wars Celebration Chicago. So yeah, it's the quiet before the storm for right now for Star Wars. So you can let all the angry bloggers and people who hate Star Wars all of a sudden say all they want, but guaranteed towards the end of the year it's going to be pretty big. Star Wars is going to be back in a huge way. Disney is definitely buying Fox Entertainment from Intergalactic Mojito. Let's see. Dave is saying nothing official yet, but there is a meeting happening. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of him possibly working on any projects. I haven't heard nothing like that. But yeah, we'll see what they have going on. Robin Ibarra is saying everything must go. Absolutely for Toys R Us. I think Friday. I think Friday is the last day for Toys R Us. So, yeah. Anything else, guys? If not, then we can call it a night. So, let's see. Inigo, hey, Robert, will you be back in time for the Nerd Report on Monday? I'll be back on Monday. I will be back. Yes, I'm here every Monday. So I'll be here. I think that might be it, guys. So unless you guys have anything else, I think we'll call it a night. It's 8:15. It's past my bedtime. So, like I said before at the beginning, everybody, thank you for helping us get to 10,000. We have 10,200 subscribers. That's a big number. That was a milestone that we really wanted to reach. So, thank you so much for helping us get there. Intergalactic Mojito, really quick, says, have you watched the making of the Fun Story, the Funko Great Doc on Netflix? No, I haven't seen it yet. I may go watch it right now. As soon as I get home, I think I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Amanda was telling me about it too. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta see it. So that's definitely on the watch list. But again, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody that shows up for chatting with us or chatting with me and helping me keep this going, keeping it afloat. Again, Amanda will be back next Monday at 7 p.m. We'll be back and telling you about the latest and coolest nerd news and geek news, movie news, television shows. So for myself, Robert Garcia, and my absent partner Amanda, we will be back next Monday. Click on the like if you haven't yet. Please share the video. Let everybody know about the Nerd Report. We know you're all subscribers, so thank you so much. Thank you for everybody for subscribing. We hit 10,000. Sweet. Thanks, guys. So we'll see you next week. Nerd out, everybody. We'll see ya.